I use petroleum products literally every second of my day, and I had no idea until I started digging into this. Your phone case? Petroleum? Your sneakers? Petroleum? That aspirin you took this morning? You guessed it, petroleum. We think oil just means gasoline, but the rabbit hole goes so much deeper, and what I found is going to change how you see everything around you. So here's the deal. Petroleum is this thick, dark liquid that formed from tiny sea creatures and plants that died millions of years ago. They got buried under layers and layers of sediment, and over about 50 to 300 million years, heat and pressure literally cooked them into crude oil. The reason why this matters is because those ancient organisms were made of hydrogen and carbon, and that's exactly what makes petroleum so energy-dense and chemically versatile. Now, getting that oil out of the ground is where things get wild. Companies drill down sometimes over 2 miles deep, through rock and ocean floor, to tap into underground reservoirs. Once they pump it up, crude oil is basically useless in its raw form. It's a mixture of hundreds of different hydrocarbon molecules, all jumbled together. That's where refineries come in, and check this out. They use these massive distillation towers that heat the crude oil to over 700 degrees Fahrenheit, and different components separate out at different heights because they have different boiling points. What I found was that this separation process is like the most important chemistry experiment on Earth. At the top of the tower, you get the lightest stuff, gases like propane and butane. In the middle sections, you get gasoline, jet fuel, and diesel. At the bottom, the heavy stuff becomes asphalt and fuel oil. This is where it gets interesting. Every single fraction has a different use, and refineries can actually crack those big molecules into smaller ones to make even more products. The fuels are just the beginning, and this is the part that absolutely blew my mind. Gasoline powers your car, about 19 gallons from every 42-gallon barrel of crude. Diesel runs trucks, trains, and ships because it's more energy dense. Jet fuel, which is basically super refined kerosene, keeps planes in the air. LPG, that's liquefied petroleum gas, heats homes and powers your backyard grill. But all of that? That's only about half of what we get from a barrel of oil. The other half becomes the stuff that's literally everywhere in your life. Plastics are the big one. Polyethylene, polypropylene, PVC, polystyrene. They're all made from petroleum, and they're in your computer, your furniture, your food packaging, your clothes. Asphalt paves every road you drive on. Lubricants keep every engine and machine running smoothly. Solvents in your paint, your nail polish remover, your cleaning products, petroleum. Synthetic rubber in your tires, your shoe soles, your weather stripping, petroleum. The synthetic fibers in most clothing, like polyester and nylon, also petroleum. And it turns out that fertilizers that grow our food, detergents that clean our dishes, cosmetics we put on our skin, and even many pharmaceuticals all start with petrochemicals. I'm talking about everything from aspirin to antihistamines to heart medications. I'm talking about everything from aspirin to antihistamines to heart medications, which is crazy because one substance from millions of years ago now touches literally every part of modern life. We've gotten incredibly efficient at using every drop, recycling plastics, developing better engines, finding renewable alternatives for some applications. But right now, today, petroleum derivatives are in thousands of products you'll interact with before sunset. The next time you pick up your phone or put on your shoes, you're holding a piece of ancient history that's been transformed by chemistry into the modern world.